Hi, my name is Debbie Farinella and I'm on the creative design team at Sizzix. And I'm here at Scrapbook.com, excited to show you some of our new accessories to make all of your DIY projects at home more fun, more colorful, and well coordinated. So we have our cardstock colors. You get 80 sheets, 20 of each color. We have our foam adhesive sheets. The foam adhesive sheets are double-sided. So that means you can add dimension to all of your projects. Peel it off, lay it on your cardstock, go ahead and die cut it, and it's ready to go for any shaker cards or anything that you want to add a little lift to. It comes in two sizes, the 4x6, the 2.5 by 4 3/4. We also have some beautiful new colors for embossing powders. They're all coordinated, as you can see, with all of our cardstock colors, and they have a beautiful shimmer in it. It's an iridescent glitter that when you pinch it, it's almost like the sand in the tropical islands. You can feel the glitter in it, and when you go ahead, stamp it with the embossing ink, and then use the heat tool, it shows you all the different glitter images showing through as you create it with the heat tool, and it embosses it. Almost gives it like a thermographic type printing technique where it's raised, but you can really feel the glitter. So for our foam adhesive sheets, you can see that we have the black edge where the foam itself is black for any of your darker cards or projects, and then we have the white. If you're doing something that's light and springy, I would lean towards the white. If you're doing something during the fall or Halloween or just has darker coloring in it, I would do the black. But either way, no matter what, if you use the white and you want to coordinate it, you could take any kind of distress marker or ink pen and run it through so the colors will match the card itself and the foam underneath won't be as obvious. So if I wanted to use something where I wanted to die cut through the foam, I can use a foam adhesive sheet and a Thinlit, believe it or not. So I'm going to peel off the backing on one side, take one of our colored papers, I'm going to position it on there. So now it's one thick sheet of cardstock ready to cut. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how you can cut with a Thinlit on our foam adhesive sheets with a piece of cardstock already adhered to it. So what you want to do is lay that down. I like to do blade side down when it's something this thick. And remember, you're always going to have the cutting pad on the bottom and another one on top. And even though it's thick foam, I'm still using my #2 platform. Run it through. And it doesn't need that much pressure because the foam is very forgiving and pillowy. And there you have it. How perfect is that? Who would have thought that something this thin would have cut through something this thick? So are you ready to be wowed? You know how when you cut something that's very intricate in our Thinlit dies and has the doily, really detailed blades to it, and the paper gets embedded in there? Well, we come out with the release sheets, and this is a pad of individual sheets that have almost a waxy finish. So what you want to do is peel it off. Don't worry about this part, you don't need it. And the shiny side is going to go against the blade. So I'm going to use our bunny scene here, and I'm going to lay it on top of the shiny, so the shiny against the blade. And then against that part, instead of cutting it through, running it through once, you can do it all at the same time. I'm going to put this down on top so you have the blade against the release sheet, and then you have the cardstock underneath. Blade side up or down, whichever you prefer. And then you're going to run it through. The release sheet helps the blade from having the part that you cut adhere itself inside the blade, and then you have to poke it out. The reason I went back and forth is just to be sure. So I'm going to slide this off, and you can see that it perfectly cut through. Now what you want to do, and what I like to do, is I like to reuse the release sheet. So I'm going to try to make sure when I peel my green off that I keep the white inside, because that's the part that's still in the blade. So when I start to peel the green away, I find the area where it's still in there, and I'm going to keep it in there. Because when I'm going to use this bunny again, instead of wasting another release sheet, I'm going to keep that in there as long as I can. If it starts to get all chewed up, that means it's time to replace it. But it's a thin sheet of paper. You get multiple pieces in one package, and it's ready to go. So as you can see, when I peeled that off, the release sheet stayed inside, and it's perfectly ready to cut and use again for your next project. So keep that in there, and make sure that every time you use it, when you put it in your storage area, you just keep the release sheet in there so it's ready to be reused again and again. Our sticky grid sheets are the perfect new product that we have to make sure all of your words and your messages are aligned perfectly in your card. What they are is, it's almost like the stickiness of a Post-it notepad where it's forgiving, so it's also removable. What I like to do is peel it off, lay it onto a cutting pad, rub it down, and then while you know it's down straight, I peel the bottom off and press it as I go to make sure no bubbles are going to be in there. So to prevent any bubbles and to make sure the sticky grid sheet is laid down perfectly, I like to run it through without a die or anything through the machine. Another cutting pad on top. That way you know it's down for good. Now I like to keep mine on here for good. I have one cutting pad that already has this on here, so whenever I'm ready to put any kind of message down, it's good to go. I don't have to line it up. I know it's perfectly set. So what I do next is peel this off. And as you can see, it's pretty tight down. So with this, it's so sticky that sometimes when you go to cut something and you go to peel it off, you don't want to tear your paper or poke holes in it. You want to make sure it comes off easily. But this is still kind of tacky. So what I like to do is I like to tap it on my clothes, my clean clothes, and make sure just a little bit of the fuzz gets on it. So that way it will release any of the dye or paper that I have on here a lot easier. So I have one that's already set and ready to go. So for any words or any letters that you want to have on the sticky grid sheet, you have to make sure you put them down in mirror image. The reason I say that is the blade's going to be up. So when you go and run it through, you lift it up and you realize, oh shoot, my word is backwards. So have the blade up because you're going to be having this on the bottom as your cutting pad. So I'm going to spell out the word spring. I'm going to make sure the G and the N, I'm going to go backwards. And then all the way to the S. So there we have that right there, ready to go. Sometimes I want to add a perfect little label here. I'm going to make sure that's centered there like that. And blade side up on all of these. Run it through. You want to make sure this is centered. That's all centered. Lay it down. Now remember, this acts as your cutting pad on the bottom. Make sure it's down. Another cutting pad on top. And run it through on the second platform. Remember, the second platform is the area that you're going to be cutting on because that's for any of our Thinlit dies. And there you have it, cut perfectly the word spring. Our adhesive sheets are double-sided, so it creates any of your die cuts sticker. You're going to lay the adhesive sheet onto the cardstock paper and then die cut it and you have the perfect sticker. So they come in two different sizes, 2 3/4 and 6 by 6. For the 6 by 6, I've cut this one down so it'll fit perfectly on the piece of paper that I want. So I'm going to lay it down on the back side of the paper. I always fold down just a portion so that way when it's lined up, it's ready to lay down. And then I'm going to go ahead and use the same technique with the correct side of the paper against the blade. And there you have it, ready to lay down a solid piece of paper behind it, and it's already a sticker. So to create dimension on any of your projects, you can either use our foam adhesive sheets like I use here, or you can line the border with our adhesive tape. It's double-sided, ready to add dimension. Since this is already lifted in a three-dimensional manner, what I'm going to do is use these pieces here. I'm going to cut a piece of our foam tape and just fold it so it's almost double-sided, or it is double-sided. But I'm going to just peel, instead of cutting two and stacking on top, fold it around and just peel it off. Now it's double-sided. I'm going to put that in the middle here. Add a little flower. And how cute is that? Put a little stamp design in there and you're ready to go. Thanks for watching. If you like this video and want to see more from Scrapbook.com, please share, like, subscribe, and leave a message. Happiness is life handmade.